Next, I've got Rhyme. I have no idea what this game is. I was ordering games online, and I seen this game was $5, and I bought it. And I don't know if it's like a kid's game, an adult game. I don't know. There's like a picture of like some kid feeding like a fox on the back. I will let you know if this game sucks. I will definitely do that. But I probably won't play this for like 12 years. So I got that there. All right, next. I got Troll and I. And I paid like $4.50 or something like that. And this game, I heard from my wife, is complete garbage. This game sucks, as far as I know. I got it because it was cheap. And I haven't played it, but I mean, I do trust her judgment. So this game probably is not very good. Next. Middle Earth Shadow of War. This is the sequel to, what the hell is that game called? Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor. So this is a Lord of the Rings game. I just got this in case I want to play the sequel, because this game is like $5 or $6 at GameStop. It's a very cheap game. Looks kind of cool, but I could be wrong. Next. Project Spark. I only got this to play. There's a game add-on called Conker's Big Reunion, and it's about like 30 minutes of gameplay of the next entry of the Conker franchise with Conker the Squirrel in it. And so that, I mean, I think this is just a level builder game for kids, but I only got it so I could try out that Conker's Big Reunion if that's still available. So that's that game. Very cheap game, by the way. Boom! Borderlands 3. This is actually, I played this probably an hour or so. Very good game for the time I put into it. I didn't see anything wrong with this. No wokeness, no needing to connect to internet while you're playing it. I didn't see anything wrong with it. It's a first-person shooter. It's like a looter shooter, and I probably will play that at some point. That's probably one of the good Xbox One games. Next. Oh, Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor. So apparently, I forgot all about this. Apparently, they made Shadow of Mordor, part 1 to that other Lord of the Rings game. They made this for Xbox One. And I know I have this on the 360 as well. But I probably bought this for like $4. So that's probably why I have it for both. Because like I said, right now, a lot of these Xbox One versions are cheap. And so if you can't afford the Xbox 360 version of a game, blah, blah, you could probably buy the Xbox One version. So that's pretty cool. All right. Got, okay, this one I was shocked. I was shocked, freaking speechless that this game was so cheap. This is Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. Okay, this is the Day 1 edition. Final Fantasy games, if you are a game collector, buddy, if you are a retro game collector, if you collect PlayStation 1, N64, whatever, GameCube, all that, you know it and I know it. Final Fantasy games shoot through the freaking moon, buddy. These games, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, every system, go look at Final Fantasy. Go look at them. They always shoot up through the moon and in price. And this game is only like $6 right now. Like, I seriously think I paid like $6 or something like that for it. And it's a Final Fantasy game, as far as I know, complete in box and in good condition. I've never played this before, but that is a game that I probably will play at some point. Because, it's a Square Enix game. It's probably a good one. I mean, I don't know for sure, but it's probably pretty tolerable. All right. Next, Mortal Kombat X or 10 or 10X. I don't know. This is the cool kids call this Mortal Kombat 10, as far as I know. This is a fighting game, sequel to Mortal Kombat 9 and on the 360. And this is just like a side-scroller fighter. And yeah, I mean, I've seen people play this. I think I might have played this one time on Xbox Live with a buddy. But again, Xbox One games, they're just, I mean, something I never intended to collect or really play. I pick them up when I see them for cheap and whatever. And this game, like I said, you could get it for like $4. Now, there is a version of this that I believe is like a Game of the Year edition with all the DLC. I think it's called like Mortal Kombat XXL or something, or XL. But if you want the complete edition, you'll have to probably get that one. Next. Ooh, we got a banger. We got a good one here for a change. We got Resident Evil 8 Village. Now, this is a sequel to Resident Evil 7 on the Xbox One. This is a new school Resident Evil. So this is like a first-person shooter that takes place like in a winter village, a castle, like some different areas. There's like a little swamp area, I think. I've played quite a bit of this game. I've almost beaten it, and I kind of fell off of it because I stopped playing Xbox One. But this is a very, very good game. I would say this is for people who, want to play like the good single player experiences on the system. This is a must-have. This is a really good game. So yeah, Resident Evil 8 Village. Don't sleep on that. There also is a version that they make that's more expensive with all the game add-ons on it. But yeah, these Resident Evils, unfortunately, the Resident Evil games are not, some of your cheaper games on the system. They probably never will be very cheap. So like when I bought this, it was still new. It was $30. But yeah, you might have to spend some extra coin buying the Resident Evil games. Next, got Mafia 3. This is it's like a mobster game. I've heard there's a lot of copy and paste in this game, but I've never played it, so I don't know. I will say I did love Mafia 2, so I hope it's a lot like Mafia 2 for the 360. But I've heard some not great things about this game being very rinse and repeat. But it's a very cheap game. It's only like $5. And this is another one that people ran out. They ran out. They went boom in their cars, and they bought this for $60. 60 smackaroonies they bought this game for. And then people said it sucked. And here I am in 2024. Oh, hey, buddy, you don't want that Mafia 3 anymore? Here's $5. Here's $4.50. Like, what are you guys thinking? Why are you buying shitty games for $60, $70? Why? I don't get it. I don't understand what the people are thinking, dude. I would rather have a stack of games like this for $60 than one shitty game. I don't know what people are thinking, man. It drives me nuts. It drives me freaking nuts. You want to be the cool kid on the block and buy the brand new sparkly shiny object, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. All right, next. See, here's proof, because I've told you before, I got the GameStop card. This is Dishonored 2. This is a first-person kind of like shooter, first-person like sword game where you're like assassinating people with swords and powers. And again, all my buddies ran out. $60. They bought this 60 smackaroonies. Look at me in I think I bought this like 2 years ago. So we'll say 2022, $3.79, buddy. That's it. I ain't paying those $60. You ain't getting $60 from me. I'll give you $5, not 60. You get $3.79. That's what you get. I'm cracking myself up, man. I hate Xbox One. I hate it so much. All right. This is just to show you guys my collection as well. Next. All right. This is a pretty unique game. I played this on the computer, so I haven't really played the Xbox One version. But this is a game called Observer, and this is, I guess this version is Observer System Redux. So that's like the remastered version, I'm sure. It is kind of like takes place in like a 1984 style world where technology it has like taken over society, and you can't escape technology. And so it's a very interesting premise because with AI, coming up nowadays, that's probably what life is going to look like in like 3-4 years here. But yeah, this is an interesting story game called Observer. So I would say that one's okay to check out. I've never beat it, but it is pretty interesting for a story game. Boom. Another game. This is another one. I was shocked. I was shocked to my core to find out this is like a $7 game right now. Final Fantasy 15 Day 1 Edition. It has the holographic cover. Ooh. Nice shiny game cover. It has the the freaking the manual, all that stuff. It's got a good game disc, and $6-7. That's all this game costs, man. And these Final Fantasy games, they shoot up like crazy in price. I'm telling you, like, go look up Final Fantasy 3 for the Super Nintendo. Go try to buy that. Go look up Final Fantasy 7 and 8 on the PlayStation 1. Go try to buy that. I'm telling you, dude, these Final Fantasy games, and I'm only spilling the beans, by the way, because I already got mine, and I have a small channel, so if you guys want this and you want to collect, I'm trying to do you a solid. But yeah, these games always go up in price, dude. I'm telling you. Final Fantasy 15, it's a huge game. I enjoyed what I played a lot, but I don't have the time to finish this one right now because I focus on playing smaller games, shorter games. But it was a very good game. It was pretty cool, and I was impressed with the graphics. Next, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This game, I have a hate for this game just because I bought it online, and then I got it in the mail, and it says requires content download. And I just wanted to play the story mode because I'm interested in like the 1980s Cold War era. And I couldn't even do that. Without having internet, you can't even play the damn story mode. It's like, what kind of garbage is that? Some people don't want to get on Xbox Live. Some people don't want to pay for it. Some people don't want to pay for internet or don't have access to it, or don't have time for it. And these game companies are obsessed. They have some kind of ulterior motive because they're freaking crazy. They think, log into our servers. We want to know what you're playing. We want to know what you're doing. It's like, get off my ass. Like, just let me play the game I paid you money for, Sick and tired of these game companies. And this is another one. This is the same thing. Halo Infinite. I bought this game because I'm a Halo fan. I just wanted to run through the story mode real quick in a weekend. And couldn't even do that because you got to have internet. You got to update the game, buddy. Got to be connected to Xbox Live. This is junk. This is garbage. That's why just for that reason, I'm not going to recommend Halo Infinite. Because, again, I can't play it. So, it's like... And and here's a third game. This is, like I said, these are all reasons why I hate Xbox One. Requires content download. You know what, buddy? Then let me go grab a freaking copy of Modern Warfare 2 for the Xbox 360, and I'll just play that. And you guys won't even get my money. If you want to be like that, if you want to be like, oh, you got to connect our servers, then you ain't getting no money. You ain't getting nothing. You get nothing from me. So that's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. All right. Next, this is kind of cheating a little bit. This game works on Xbox One and the 360, but it has the Xbox One case variant, which I wasn't happy about because I ordered the Xbox 360 case variant online. But I have that nowadays, so I don't have to worry about it. But this is Doom 3 BFG Edition, and it's a very, very good game. It is a 360 game, so I don't think we can count that one. All right, next. Star Wars Battlefront. be skeptical because it's an EA game. This was a significant cash grab at the time. Battlefront 1 and 2, they were really pay-to-win games. So that's why I didn't like them back in the day. But yeah, nowadays I paid $4.50 for this, and that's just to mess around on the offline mode, assuming that it works without internet. Here's a interesting game. This is Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and again, this is a game you can get for $5 or less. And this is I think this was a prequel to Mirror's Edge on the 360. And Mirror's Edge is a very, very underrated first-person parkour game for the Xbox 360. So in this game series, you're running around scaling rooftops and jumping from roof to roof, avoiding, guys with machine guns. There is a little bit of gunplay and combat in this game. But as far as I know, you can beat these games without killing anybody if you want. And the second game is this Catalyst game, and people really despised this game when it came out, and I'm not sure why. Because I played it many years later after I bought it for cheap, and it seemed like a pretty decent little game. I mean, I just wish they released an actual second Mirror's Edge, because Mirror's Edge 1 was such a good game. Oh my goodness, Mirror's Edge 1 was freaking amazing. And then we got a prequel. And I don't want a prequel, dude. I want a sequel. Give me an actual sequel. I don't want your crappy, see the rise to power. No. Give me the proper sequel so I know what happens. Please. Please. Get me a Mirror's Edge sequel, All right, that's probably a decent game to buy for $4. This is my wife's game. This is Zoo Tycoon Ultimate Animal Collection. I don't know that we paid $19.99 for it. I think we paid $10 for this one. And this is a park builder game. Hey, honey. What? Did you like Zoo Tycoon? Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. For $10, would you say people should buy it? Okay. She gives this one the thumbs up for $10. So probably, I wouldn't be spending those $60 on it, but it's a little park builder game. It's like Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, kind of, in a weird way. So, yeah, kind of something to look into. Whoop. This is another one. I'm kind of surprised it's so cheap. This is a $6 game, $7 game. It's Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay, so this is a sequel to your PlayStation 2 Kingdom Hearts game. And yeah, this is a bunch of licensed Disney characters and, a lot of Final Fantasy elements in this game. And this is a decent little game for as cheap as it is. If you kind of JRPG style of games, or, third person hack and slash games, or Disney games, anything like that. I never beat this one, but as a kid, I did like the Kingdom Hearts games. So that was a decent little pickup. This one got Call of Cthulhu for the Xbox One. I will say, so this is a good game. It's a very cheap game. It's between $5 and $10. It's a horror game where you're solving mysteries and finding clues and talking to people in the Cthulhu universe. But if you're into Cthulhu or horror games, there is a phenomenal game I cannot say too much about. It is called Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth for original Xbox. And I thought this game was a remaster or something of that game, but it is not. And so I would recommend you this game because I played a few hours of it. It's okay. But the much more superior game, if you have a couple retro consoles, get you Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth and force yourself to play through the first hour and you will thank me. That is such a good game, dude. I'm telling you, such a good game. This game is Doom for the Xbox One. This was $6.99. I paid actually $6.64, and this is the Walmart exclusive. Hey, we threw in a cool controller skin with it. This game's not bad. I didn't play much of it, just because, I mean, it was a little after my time, but I just wish they made Doom 4. Like, this is, the game that they made before this was Doom 3, and that was on the original Xbox, and a lot of people hated Doom 3, but I absolutely loved Doom 3, and this game, I will say, is nothing like Doom 3. It is a lot more, fast-paced, a lot more, action-heavy, and it really made me sad that they went away from Doom 3. So, it's a good game, though. Next, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. It's an EA game. Blech. I know nothing about it other than it's cheap and be skeptical. Got Evil Within 2. This is a sequel to that other survival horror game, Evil Within. This is a really cheap game. It's like $6. You should get this probably before the price shoots up. Okay. We Happy Few. Now, this is a first-person horror game I was pretty impressed with. I paid about $10. And while there's a lot of glitches in the game, I probably played about like 3 hours. It is a very interesting game in the sense that, it's like a future. It's like a 1984, Brave New World type of future where everybody takes drugs to be happy and they kind of go insane. And so that's a very cool premise for a game. Resident Evil 2. This is a remake of Resident Evil 2 for the PlayStation 1. And this actually, aside from House of the Dead maybe, this might be my favorite Xbox One game that I own. This is like a pretty long game for being a single-player game. So it's a nice experience you can really sink some hours into. And if you like any type of like zombie game, third-person shooter game, adult horror game, especially if you haven't beaten Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation 1, this is just a wonderful game to go back and be able to play that PlayStation 1 game with pretty graphics and like modern controls. Just such a freaking treat. And somewhere in here, we'll just pull this one out now. They also made Resident Evil 3, which it's a little bit shorter of a game, but still just a wonderful, wonderful game to go and play. I mean, if you pick up these two games and you just play through them back to back in a weekend, and nobody messes with you, and you can just eat frickin' lunch meat and pizzas and drink some soda and play these games, that's a badass weekend. I mean, get you Resident Evil 2 and 3, dude. Get you some lunch meat, some damn turkey lunch meat, and some mustard, and just make some snacks and play those games. All right. This one's kind of weird. This is Back 4 Blood. And even though it says it requires internet and an Xbox subscription, I can confirm that is bullshit. I bought this game without internet, and I bought it in this big fancy box because that's the only version of the game they had at Walmart. And it comes with these, this is probably going to be expensive in the future, comes with these playing cards that are sealed, Back 4 Blood playing cards. So that the only reason I got that is because that's the only one they had. And this game, it's just Left 4 Dead 3, man. That's all it is. It's kind of generic compared to Left 4 Dead, but yeah, it's a tolerable little game. I haven't beaten it, but you can play this without internet. Trust me, because I've tested it. Next, we've got the Callisto Protocol, and before the Dead Space remake came out, this was supposed to be like Dead Space 4. Basically, like this was supposed to be like a generic, company's take on the Dead Space franchise. But I played this for like maybe 30 minutes and I thought it sucked. And this was not a cheap game. This was like a $40 game or something when I bought it. And maybe I just didn't play long enough because it is a survival horror game, kind of like in space. But I just didn't think too much of it. So maybe I'll give it another try. But yeah, that's the Callisto Protocol. Next is another horror game. This is Blair Witch. This is a first-person horror game, and this is based off of the movie. But this is more psychological, thriller kind of thing. Like a lot of it is like mind games and whatever. This game did piss me off a little bit because there's a lot of walking in circles and getting lost in the woods. But to be fair, that's a lot of what the movie is. And it wouldn't surprise me if this one ends up being like an expensive game in the future or something like that. But yeah, I would generally recommend this game just because it's unique. But I will say the graphics on the Xbox One look like ass. I played this on the PC when I first played it, and it was definitely a lot better. So that's that. Next is Battlefield Hardline. This game, I literally paid like 99 cents for it, and I think I had the card, so I probably got it for cheaper. So less than $1. And that's what this game's worth, honestly. But the story mode is pretty good. It's worth running through just for the hell of it. I think the multiplayer is shut down, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, that's a cheap first-person shooter, like a cop game, a SWAT team game. Titanfall 2. This game I haven't played since it launched, but I remember the single player in this game is really a treat. This was a really nice game. I gotta get a drink of water, guys. Sorry. Oh, my throat just can't handle YouTube, man. But again, like I said, I haven't played this in a long time, but it does have a single player game mode, and it is cheap as hell. So I would probably recommend you pick that one up. All right, couple games left. My throat can do it. Got World War Z. This I've only played like twice, maybe. It's a third-person version of Left 4 Dead, but it's quite a bit more generic. The one cool thing, because this is roughly based on the World War Z movie with Brad Pitt, there are hordes of zombies. So a lot of zombies can appear on screen at one time, which is kind of like the unique selling point of this game. But other than that, it's pretty generic. I mean, I'm pretty lukewarm to that game. I don't have a up or down on it. This game is pretty cool. I hope I get to sink some more time into this. I've only played it like an hour. This is The Outer Worlds. And this was a competitor almost to like the Fallout games, like Fallout 4. And this is like a space version of Fallout 4, basically. So, you know, it's a very good single-player experience. You don't have to have internet to play this. And I'm just, you know, I think one day, you know, when I have more time, I would like to beat this game and run through it. So, yeah, that's The Outer Worlds. That was a very highly anticipated game. This game is still cheap. This is the Borderlands Handsome Collection. This has Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel remastered. But I actually don't think it has Borderlands 1 on this game, which kind of sucks. Like they should have remastered Borderlands 1 and put it on this game disc as well. That's kind of lazy, to be honest with you. But it's a cheap game, at least. All right, 2 more games. Number 1, Wolfenstein: The New Order. Okay, this is a phenomenal game. I haven't played it since it released. You know, I did like the older Wolfenstein games, maybe a little more than this one, but this game was very good. So for, you know, his run's about $4 or $5 right now. Go out and get you this game. It is if you like first-person shooters, it is a treat to play through, as far as I remember. And I had a lot of fun with it. And like I said, it's a very, very cheap game. So that's Wolfenstein: The New Order. And then the last game, this game sucks as far as I remember, and it says it requires internet anyways. This is Metal Gear Survive. And again, I've said this in a previous video. A lot of people got suckered and paid $60 for this damn game, you know, back when it came out, and it sucked. And I paid $4.74. And even if this game sucks, I don't really care because I only paid like $4 or $5 for it. So, I guess my last mention is buy them cheap and stack them deep. I mean, seriously, like I guess the point of this, the point of this is just to show you my Xbox One collection that I've kind of accidentally stumbled across. But buy the games when they're cheap, dude. You don't want to be paying these retro game scalping prices, and you don't want to be paying brand new $60, $70 game prices. So, do some planning and do some personal finance, like some budgeting. If you don't do a written budget every paycheck, that's something you should probably do before playing video games every month. Get on a Dave Ramsey plan and budget your money so you're not in debt and you can afford to buy $20 video games, $4 video games. That would be my advice to you. But yeah, this is all my cheap Xbox One games that I paid dollars and pennies for. And so, thank you for watching. I gotta go get something to drink because of my throat. But, God bless you and your family. And thank you for your time.